No coffee? No problem. 3 minutes to lift your energy, Cayce style. That's the promise, a compact, practical morning routine that borrows a single idea from Edgar Cayce, the idea of remembering the self, and turns it into a repeatable 3-minute practice designed to wake your body, sharpen your focus, and align your inner tone for the day. Edgar Cayce described the soul as something that can remember and reorient. Take that as a metaphor. This short sequence helps you remember your energy, attune your attention, and move into the day with more clarity. It's simple, it's secular-friendly, and it fits into the busiest morning. Save this so you can try it tomorrow morning. You'll do 3 micro steps, each about 1 minute long. Minute 1 calms and centers you with a grounding breath pattern. Minute 2 reconnects you to what matters through a tight visualization and a sensory anchor. Minute 3 circulates energy with gentle movement and a spoken affirmation to seal the shift. No props. You can do it seated on the edge of the bed, standing by the sink, or at your desk. Minute 1 grounding breath. Find a safe, comfortable position. Sit up tall or stand with feet hip-width apart. Rest your hands where they feel natural, on your thighs, on the counter, or light on your belly. For this minute, we'll move through 3 full breath cycles, each with the same pattern: a calm inhale, a full exhale, and a soft pause of awareness. The pattern is deliberate. Inhale with attention, exhale fully, and notice the space that follows. Begin now by feeling the weight of your feet. Let your toes relax. Breathe in quietly for a count of 4, soft, not forced, filling the chest and the belly. Then let the breath out slowly for a count of 6, allowing the exhale to be slightly longer than the inhale. After that exhale, rest in the natural pause for a moment, a count of 1 or 2, not straining, simply noticing the still point between breaths. Repeat this cycle 2 more times. In for 4, out for 6, notice the gap. As you breathe, imagine your inner vibrations settling, like a lake smoothing after a breeze. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the counts. Keep the shoulders soft, keep the jaw relaxed. If counting feels awkward, follow the breath without numbers and aim for the same rhythm. Calm lift, complete release, small attentive pause. During the second cycle, widen your attention slightly. Feel air entering the nostrils. Notice any slight expansion in the ribs. Sense the softening that comes with each exhale. In the third cycle, anchor a simple word inside: remember. Say it silently on the inhale and let it rest on the exhale. This is not a slogan, it's a cue. It signals to your body and mind that you're intentionally bringing your attention back to who you are in this moment. Minute 2, intention and visualization. Keep your feet grounded. For this next minute, you'll pick one clear image or one short phrase that embodies why you want to feel awake or aligned today. Choose fast. It could be as small as clear email or as wide as be present with my family. You might pick an image instead: a single bright window, a path through trees, a small flame, or the face of someone you support. The point is one vivid focus, not a laundry list. Start by stating your one-line intention, quietly or in your head. For example, I choose clarity for this morning, or I open to steady energy and kind focus. Hold that phrase gently. For 30 to 40 seconds, picture an image that matches the intention: the way light breaks across a table, the feeling of steady footsteps, the warmth of a cup in your hands. Let the image be sensory. Include color, texture, sound if possible. Notice how your body responds. If your attention pulls away, bring it back to the phrase and the central image. Now add a simple sensory anchor to fix that intention in the body. Press your feet into the floor and feel the weight shift under each foot. If seated, press both feet down and sense the contact from heel to ball. If standing, subtly press your toes down, then lift slightly so you feel the entire sole. Hold the pressure for a breath and then relax. That tiny physical cue connects your inner purpose to your posture. In Cayce's language, this is a way to remember from the body, a small ritual that helps align your inner vibration with an outward action. At the last few seconds of the minute, repeat your phrase aloud or in your mind once more. Keep it short, keep it concrete. The combination of image, phrase, and the pressure of your feet creates a memory trace the brain can return to later in the day. Minute 3. Micro-movement and spoken affirmation. It's time to circulate energy and lock the change in place. Begin with a gentle shoulder roll. Inhale as you lift the shoulders slightly toward the ears. Exhale as you roll them back and down. Do that twice. Then let the arms hang loose and shake each hand out like you're flicking water away. Keep your knees soft and, if standing, allow a small bend to let the pelvis and lower back release. If seated, lift and lower your chest lightly 3 times, as if nodding your sternum forward and then settling. Now add a brief, clear-spoken affirmation. Use the first person. Say aloud, in a steady voice, "I remember my purpose now. I move with clarity." Or choose from other options that feel true. "I am awake to what matters. My energy is steady and kind. I move into the day with calm focus." Speak the affirmation once, then breathe, then say it again with gentle conviction. You don't need volume, you need intention. Let your voice anchor the change. Finish with a small physical closing. Bring both hands to your heart or place them on your belly. Take one final, full breath that feels satisfying. As you exhale, release your shoulders and open your eyes if they were closed. That ends the 3-minute routine. You have taken a concentrated breath-based reset, linked intention to sensation, and moved your body enough to circulate attention through your nervous system. Many find this short sequence likely to increase alertness, reduce fogginess, and create a clearer sense of direction for the next hour. Why this works and why Cayce's idea fits. Cayce framed the soul's work as a kind of remembering and aligning back to purpose. Translated into practical terms, remembering is simply refocusing attention on an inner cue. The breath pattern calms and regulates the nervous system, allowing clearer signaling between body and mind. The visualization and intention focus the cognitive system, cutting through the scatter of morning obligations. The gentle movement sends fresh sensory information up to the brain and signals readiness. Together, these elements shift your internal vibration, a metaphor for your overall tone of wakefulness and intention toward a state that supports action. This is experiential, not mystical proof. People report feeling more alert and centered after simple breath and movement sequences like this. Practical variations so you can fit this into any morning. If you're still lying in bed, sit up slowly, place the soles of your feet flat, and follow the 3-minute flow. If you're at a desk before a meeting, place both feet on the floor, keep your posture tall, and do the breathing and visualization quietly. Swap the spoken affirmation for an internal repetition if you need silence. If you only have 90 seconds, compress each step to 30 seconds. 1 breath cycle, a short image with a quick foot press, and a single shake with a 1-line affirmation. If you have extra time, repeat the whole sequence twice for a stronger effect. Alternatives for different moods. If you wake anxious, lengthen the exhale slightly during minute 1. Inhale 4, exhale 8, and allow a longer pause of awareness. If you wake lethargic, make the inhale a touch more energetic. Inhale 5, exhale 5, and use a visualization that includes motion, walking, sunlight rising. If you wake rushed, keep the breath simple and choose an intention that creates containment, 1 step at a time. The tools can be tuned to your immediate state while keeping the same structural flow. Examples of 1-line intentions and images you can rotate through a week. For focus, I choose clear attention. Image, a single candle flame. For calm, I move with steady calm. Image, a smooth lake at dawn. For motivation, I take 1 useful step now. Image, a short path or the first rung of stairs. For compassion, I hold myself with kindness. Image, a warm hand on your shoulder. Pick one each morning. Having a small library of intentions reduces decision fatigue and makes the practice faster. Troubleshooting common issues.
If you feel dizzy during the breathing, stop the counted pattern and return to normal breathing until you feel steady. You can continue with the visualization in silence. If your mind is racing, don't fight it. Label thoughts gently, planning, worry, and bring attention back to the feet pressure or the phrase. If you forget the counts, breathe naturally and maintain the same quality: a calm inhale, a full exhale, and a moment of noticing. If you find the spoken affirmation awkward, try whispering or mouthing the phrase. It will still create the neural link. How to make it stick. Commit to the 3-minute practice for 3 mornings straight. That's the simplest experiment. Keep a small log. Note the day, how you felt before the routine, fog, alert, anxious, groggy, and one line about how you felt afterward. The log need not be long. Over 3 days, patterns often show. You may notice less morning reactivity, quicker focus, or a clearer starting point for your priorities. Consider pairing the practice with a cue you already use: the moment you turn off your alarm, the first cup of water, or the second stretch out of bed. Anchoring it to an existing habit makes consistency easier. Safety and modest caution. This routine is gentle, non-strenuous, and intended for general well-being. If you have medical conditions that affect breathing or blood pressure, adapt the breath to whatever feels safe and consult a professional if you're unsure. If a movement causes discomfort, skip it or reduce range of motion. The goal is accessibility and safety. Small adjustments should let most people use the practice comfortably. A few suggested affirmations to rotate through, each designed for different needs. Say them in the first person, slowly, and with intention. I remember my purpose now. I am awake to what matters. My energy is steady and kind. One clear step at a time. I meet this morning with calm focus. Pick one and use it for a week, then change if you like. The repetition trains the mind to associate that phrase with the inner shift. If you'd like to deepen the ritual without adding time, try a tiny journaling prompt right after the 3 minutes. Write one short line, no more than a sentence, answering, "My one priority for the next hour is." That sentence channels the alignment you created into action. Or choose a single micro-task that honors the intention and do it immediately. Open the presentation, make a single healthy choice, send one key message. Cayce's idea of remembering was not simply an inward act. It pointed toward outward alignment. Use the 3-minute boost as a bridge between inner clarity and practical movement. How to adapt for late nights or travel. On a red-eye or in a hotel, the same sequence works in a small space. You can do the breath and visualization with minimal movement and swap the final spoken affirmation for a silent one if privacy is a concern. On public transport, do the breathing and visualization quietly and use the sensory anchor, pressing the feet into the floor or subtly grounding into the seat so the practice is discreet. A small note on the language of vibration and attunement. Those words can feel mystical. Treat them as metaphors for the overall tone of your mind-body system. When Cayce spoke of vibration, he pointed to an alignment that shows up as clarity, intention, and energy. Translating that into breath, attention, and movement keeps the practice practical. You are not chasing an abstract force, but training your nervous system and focus to cooperate. Stories from practice. What people often notice. Someone who tried this before a busy remote work day reported a quieter inner chatter and a faster start on the first task. Another person used the routine between back-to-back meetings to recenter and avoid afternoon depletion. Many find that the foot press anchor helps them retrieve focus later. A subtle pressure under the foot while working acts like a reminder to breathe and reconnect. These are anecdotal observations from everyday users and should be taken as such. Experience-based, not medical proof. If you want to expand the habit over time, consider a weekly structure. Alternate days focused on clarity with days focused on compassion. For clarity days, choose sharp intentions and slightly more dynamic movement. For compassion days, soften the breath slightly and choose kinder phrases. The alternation creates balance.
Energy and drive on one day, steadiness and self-care on the next. Production-friendly tips if you plan to record or guide others. Use a calm, steady voice for the breathing counts. Allow tiny ambient pauses so listeners can follow naturally. If you make a video, a subtle visual of feet grounding and a soft on-screen marker for each minute can help users stay oriented. Keep the music minimal. Too much sound competes with the breath cues. But if you prefer silence, that works well. The practice is effective without audio theater. If you miss a day, be kind to yourself. The routine is offered as a tool, not a test of discipline. Cayce's framing of remembering includes compassion toward the self. A missed morning is simply data. Notice what made you skip it and see if you can simplify the routine even more tomorrow. Many people begin with 3 minutes and then naturally expand to 5 or 10 once it becomes a stable part of the morning. A short script you can recite if you want to lead yourself through it quickly. Sit or stand tall, feet grounded. Minute 1, breathe in for 4, out for 6, pause, 3 cycles. Word, remember. Minute 2, state one clear intention, visualize a single image, press your feet into the floor to anchor it. Minute 3, roll your shoulders, shake your hands, speak a one-line affirmation in the first person, place hands to heart. Open your eyes, move with clarity. Keep that script on a sticky note until it becomes second nature. If you are curious about Cayce himself, remember to keep his views as inspiration rather than doctrine. Cayce suggested that the soul's remembering could direct daily orientation. We borrow that image to create a practical morning cue. The routine is not about proving metaphysical claims, but about using age-old metaphors to shape modern habit. A quick checklist to use mentally before you begin. Posture is safe and comfortable. Feet have contact with the floor. Breath is natural, not forced. And your chosen intention is a single, clear line. When those elements are in place, the technique runs smoothly. Closing seal. Take a breath now, an inhale that reaches a little higher than usual, and a full, intentional exhale. Notice the difference even that small action can make. You've just practiced a concentrated 3-minute protocol designed to help you remember and align. It's short, repeatable, and portable. Try this sequence for 3 mornings and notice what shifts. Over time, the practice may become a soft ritual that quickly cues your inner readiness. Try this for 3 mornings and tell us how you felt in the comments. If it helped, share with a friend. Remember, the point here is not a promise of miraculous change, but an experiential tool. By breathing, focusing, and moving in simple, repeatable ways, you're giving yourself permission to remember who you are in the morning and step into the day with greater clarity.